What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of F-Bob. So today we're going to be changing out the exhaust, getting rid of the stock R6 exhaust, and we're replacing it with a Toce double down pipe.
This is F-Bob.
I got my nephew here, Elijah. He's going to be giving me a hand. I'm going to have him do the whole job, and I'm going to be explaining it to him and you guys on how to do it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to reveal the exhaust. Comes with Toce stickers. That's going to be going on my bike. Just shows you basic information, all the hardware that it includes. Very well packaged. Ooh. This thing is light.
Ooh, nice.
That's what we got. It's gonna go there.
Imagine the flame.
So, if you come closer. Come on closer. It's got a very nice. Feels like it's painted on there. The Toce emblem, or the logo, or whatever you want to call it, is actually on the exhaust shield. Like I mentioned before, this thing is super light, no baffle, so it's going to be straight from the muffler coming out of here, which should make it a lot louder. And I just can't get over how light this thing is. I think I remember this thing is under 2 pounds, and this one is close to 4 pounds. So there is going to be a weight reduction, not by much, but there is some.
If I can hold it, then it means it's light.
I don't know who that was.
So why do they make it so there's 2 holes right here?
Just for look. It's kind of like a signature Toce exhaust. Most of them have 2 pipes. Most of them. Some of them are single pipe, but a lot of people just like the double pipe look. And actually, it allows it to be a little bit louder because it echoes through one, echoes through another. So it actually makes it a little bit louder. I believe so. If I'm wrong about that, guys, comment down below, but I believe that's what it is. Go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do, we have our 12mm socket, and Elijah's going to go ahead and loosen it. So what do you want to do? You want to hold this here? So put one hand here. There you go. And we're going to fast forward this. Take it out. Take an Allen key set and remove the stock exhaust shield that's already on the bike. And we won't need these nuts anymore because the shield that the exhaust now comes with already has. So we're removing the stock exhaust shield. Looks like they had, you can see right there, it looks like they had Loctite already on there. So I might end up having to get some Loctite for the new exhaust, just to make sure those don't vibrate off, because that's probably a smart idea. I don't have any at the moment, but I will get that later on. Alright, so next thing we got to do, come on down here. We're gonna have to remove this one, which is the clamp that's holding the stock exhaust on. And after I remove that, this should come all the way off. We are gonna have to remove this. I forget what this is called, but the new exhaust will not need that. So what I'm gonna do for now, I'm just gonna zip tie it to something up here. That way it's not gonna be in the way. But eventually when I do get the mid pipe, I'm gonna be taking this completely off, which you have to loosen the mechanism that's actually up here. It's just a pain in the butt and I don't wanna get into it right now. So I'm just gonna zip tie it to the bike itself. I need a wrench. Off. It should come right off, but I have to loosen these. So let me get a wrench, and I gotta take this just like a brake lever or a clutch lever. It's got that cable. You just have to remove that cable off of there, and these are just gonna hang there, but I do have to loosen these bolts right here in order to get that off. So we're gonna take our 10mm wrench and we're just gonna loosen. Here, come over here. We're gonna loosen these bolts right here, just enough so they're able to loosen out, and do the same thing to that side, which could be difficult to get in there.
I think you can use this somehow.
Yeah, but it's not really worth it. I just have to loosen it a little bit. Not the easiest bolt to get to, but you don't need it too tight. I loosen that bolt to the right so it creates a little bit more slack. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to give it a little bit more slack so we can get the wires out of there. Get that one out of there first. This should fall out pretty simply. Okay, now we got that, but this is going to be zip tied to something, and I'm probably going to use electrical tape to make sure it doesn't rattle together and hold it together. But this is free to come out.
Yeah.
So that's the stock versus aftermarket Toce exhaust, and I can literally feel the difference in the weight. This one's definitely a lot lighter. And I'm going to hold on to this for now. There's nothing else on here that I need. Okay. Go ahead and get this Toce exhaust on there. So we have to remove this exhaust guard in order to be able to lock it on there tight. And we want to make sure that the, because we have to get the clamp on there.
Oh, I know,
and
screw it.
this is going to, actually, yeah, go ahead. Just don't scratch it. To the left. Yeah, that way. Might be on there pretty tight. There we go. Push really hard and squeeze to the left. There we go. Once got that off, I'll put this down or it's not going to get messed up. Throw this on there, and this piece right here, actually, it's perfect. It's already lined up. There we go. So first we have to get the clamp back on there. So that part where the nut is actually on the bike, you want to make sure that's on the opposite side. And we're not going to tighten this down all the way because we want to make sure that there's a little bit more, little bit of room for play, just in case we need it. I'm just going to tighten it down a little bit. Just so it's not moving anymore. Should be good for now. Now we do have to, give me the stock exhaust. We do have to remove this nut from this one because that's the one that's needed to put this back on there. So what you want to do is kind of pry that open a little bit, and that's all you got to do. Get the stock off. I'm gonna put this through here. Use the washer that came with the stock exhaust. We go back there, and we're just gonna line everything together. This is why I keep this loose, because I need to pull that out just a little bit. So I'm gonna put this through there. On the other side, I'm gonna put the washer from the stock exhaust back on there. And then the stock nut that came with it. Easier said than done. Okay, so that's basically what it's gonna look like. That's basically what it's gonna look like when the project is done. You just want to double check. That's the wrong one. That's the stock one.
Oh.
You want to make sure that everything's lined up before you double tighten everything. So I'm gonna hold a wrench here on this side while he tightens this down all the way. Okay. Now we're gonna tighten this down completely. And before I put the Toce exhaust protector, I'm gonna go ahead and tape this up, and I'm gonna zip tie it to this hose over here just for now. And when I do the mid pipe, I'll go ahead and remove that. But for now, I'm just gonna zip tie it. Now we're gonna take the new exhaust protector. We're gonna throw it on there. I am gonna use Loctite eventually. I just don't have any on me. But for now on, I'm just gonna make sure they're nice and snug. Things will vibrate, so Loctite is recommended. do, you want to make sure that this isn't touching anything while you're tightening it down. That way you don't hear any vibrations of metal together. You want to make sure there's a gap between the protector and the pipe on both sides. It looks like they're just about even. Okay, and we are done. I'm going to give it one more tighten down to make sure everything's tight on this one. Double check. Okay, and we're going to fire it up. All right, so we just installed the Toce double down exhaust pipe slip-on, and the bike is completely warmed up. So we're going to go ahead and give it a test so you can see what it sounds like. We're going to do it at 4,000 RPM. Now we're going to do it at 8,000 RPM. Now we're going to redline it. That's definitely louder. That's a lot louder.
Yeah, the dogs are definitely gonna hear you coming.
Oh yeah.
You ain't gonna sneak up on them no more.
No, I don't think so. Alright guys.
This is F bomb.